It is time for Doctor and the Dude. I'm Dr. Jim Siebert, been forecasting hurricanes for decades. And the Dude is Josh Morganman, who's been running into hurricanes for decades. How are you doing today, Josh?
Doing real good. Just can't believe we're almost into 2022 hurricane season.
It is time to do some preps. So let's talk about preps today. We're going to share some of your favorites and some of my favorite ideas. So let's just get right into it. Let's go with it. Your first hurricane prep.
Okay, mine is actually very specific to this time of year, which is take advantage of the preseason. Okay, there's no hurricane threats yet. Okay, so this now is the time. Get that 5-gallon gas tank, get those gallon jugs of water, get the batteries, get the flashlights, get all that stuff. Do it now. As soon as there's something in the Gulf, as soon as there's watches and warnings along the coast, it's going to be hard to get that stuff, and you're going to be annoyed with yourself that you didn't get it when those things were in plentiful supply. What about you?
Okay, my first prep kind of plays along with yours. Now that you have the time to do that, everyone, I believe, needs to have a hurricane or a survival prep bag, whatever you want to call it. But it needs to be something that you can actually grab in a hurry. And in my family, so there's 6 of us in our family, every single person in my family has the exact same bag and they have the exact same things in them, so that every time, at any time, we always know what we've got. And of course, I'm going to be sharing not only today, but throughout the season, a little bit more about what's in my bag. But the first thing is you need to have a go bag. Whether it's a bag or a tote, you got to have something like that. Okay, what's your second one?
Okay, so wait, so everyone in your family has the exact same snacks? I kind of find that hard to believe.
Okay, no, you're right. Okay. Everyone, yeah, they don't have the same snacks because mine are better, but I'm going to show you those in a second. But yeah, no, but there's snacks that you like. So it's food that you want to eat, not food that you have to eat. So there's that. That's a good question.
Oh yeah, no, when it's time for hurricane, I'm always eating only what I want. So like it's not about nutrition, it's just about pleasure. All right, my next prep is another preseason thing, which is, and you only have to do this once, which is know your elevation, okay? Storm surge is the biggest killer in a hurricane, and the threat is dictated entirely by elevation, not by how far you are from the coast. Doesn't matter if you're 10 or 20 miles inland. There are parts of Louisiana that are that far inland that are only 4 feet above sea level. So know your elevation. That's one of the best ways to know whether you are threatened by storm surge as a hurricane's coming in. So Dr. Jim, I want to hear more about this bag and what's in it.
Well, and I live that elevation. Having survived Harvey, everybody in Houston now knows, whether you're 7 feet above or 8 feet, because anybody at 7 feet and below flooded and anybody above didn't. All right, so let's talk about snacks. Now, once you have your bag, I have everything in the bag separated by category. Now, this is my 2 snack bags. Now, and again, it sounds a little funny, but you know what? When you're in a hurricane or something that's stressful, having food that you like to eat is actually a really good thing instead of having some survival bar. And so I buy the snacks that my family wants. And every 6 months, we have an apocalypse weekend where we eat all the snacks because we replace them because they can get old. But also, they're all in plastic bags so that, if you're in flooding or something, your bags are still going to be good. So have a bag and have things separated as well, and get food that you want to have. So that's my next one.
So this apocalypse weekend is you guys just sitting around eating junk food, basically.
Yeah, it's Dad's weekend, and they love it. I mean, it's been a thing ever since my kids were young growing up. We love apocalypse weekend. So
I think I'm going to have an apocalypse.
It makes it a game, which is fun.
I think I'm going to have an apocalypse weekend. All right.
All right, what's your third one?
Okay, so my third one is another thing to think about beforehand, before things get hairy, which is have a safe space in your house. If you're in a hurricane and it starts to get really wild and the windows start to break or the house starts to have damage to it, know in advance where you're going to go. What's your safe space? Do you have an interior room in your house that has no exterior walls? Maybe it's a bathroom, maybe it's a closet even. But do you know where you're going to go when things get rough? Knowing that in advance is going to help you stay cool when things get crazy.
Well, that's good. Having a plan. I mean, is having a plan for everything about your windows, about your elevation, and also where your safe place is going to be in your house, or if you need to evacuate. That's a really good idea. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Do you have any more for me? Anything else about that mysterious bag of yours? I want to. What else is in there?
Okay. So the next thing that you do, besides having snacks, is that you need to think of the scenarios of problems that you might have. So this is a 72-hour bag. So I have enough food, supplies, water, and ways to treat water that I can survive for 72 hours and probably longer than that if I had to. Because if you think about it, 72 hours, 2 or 3 days, that's when the cavalry will come. But usually there's going to be a couple of days, especially after a big bad storm, you are on your own. So one of my bags, for example, this is a utility bag. So I have a knife, I have some pliers, I have a whistle, I have a hot bag in case you do get cold, even after a hurricane when you're all wet, and so there's something to warm you up, and then it's also some emergency candles. And notice again, everything is in a bag, and these bags are really inexpensive to get. I bought them online. They're a little bit stronger than your average bag, but every single thing that is in these bags is easy to take in and out of instead of having to I'm digging through my bag and I can't find everything. So that's how I set that up. Well, we've learned some good things. Josh, I like your 3 ideas, and of course I like talking about my bag, and I have a feeling we'll be talking more about this and also some more hurricane preps as we get closer. But thanks for your input today. It's been fun.
Yeah, thanks for the ideas, Dr. Jim. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you all next time.